Hey, beautiful people. Welcome or welcome back. I hope you're having an amazing day or night whenever you're here for this reading. I'm Josie with Awakened Soul, and I am so glad you visited here today. We are here for a reading about the person on your mind, the connection you share with each other, and what is going on in this dynamic overall. Today's reading is going to be a unique one. However, I have done this style before in different variations. Today, we are basically going to be unpacking your role in this connection versus your person's and what the purpose of this connection actually is in this lifetime for the two of you. I do hope to give you clarity, insight, and an abundance of information and confirmation that you've been seeking. We are going to get started with the first spread here where, just as I noted, we're going to be talking about you versus your person and the connection as a whole. And then I'll also be diving a little bit deeper into their inner world using the tarot, where we'll talk about their thoughts and feelings about you in this connection. So this is objective truth, essentially. This is how you're actually represented, your person is actually represented. And then we're going to also do that deep dive into their inner world from their perspective when we're done with this first spread. And I will also be pulling a few channeled messages from your person to you to see what they would like to say to you from the bottom of their heart if they felt like they could be totally transparent, open, and honest. I'll be getting out some tiles and charms later on in the reading as well. So you might see their name come out, their initials, important words or symbols for the connection. And as always, I'm going to end today's reading with a message just for you, whatever you need to hear the most at this time. And I highly encourage you to stick around till the end, or at least fast forward to the end before skipping the reading, because I do that to help you reset your energy and focus and bring that back towards yourself, not necessarily towards this person. So let's get into it, you guys. I am so excited. I'm going to get started by introducing your cards, talking about you, and then we'll chat about your person. And lastly, we'll start with your connection. So let's get to it. So archetype-wise, you are being represented as the pioneer, the artist, the fault line, the vision, and the vow. So first of all, your light attributes, I pulled light attributes only for these two cards, just FYI for both you and your person. And then this encompasses both. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. You are represented with passion for doing and creating what has not been done before. Light bulbs could be important here. We also have the artist, expressing a dimension of life that is just beyond the five senses, inspiring others to see life symbolically. And then over here, the fault line, the vision, and the vow. We're going to talk about that next. First, I want to talk about this, and I just heard spark of light. So one of your roles in this connection, and maybe others in your life as well, is to kind of like shine a light on people. And I really feel like you shine a light on your person. You illuminate things they couldn't see before, and you've almost forced them to look at things from a completely different perspective they never had before meeting you. So you could have a really unique way of viewing love or viewing the world or this connection. Maybe that's just who you are. And that is one of the purposes you've come into this person's life, is to show them things that they've never seen before, especially when it comes to love and romance though. So maybe your person had a really closed mind when it came to love relationships in the past. It was kind of like a my way or the highway type of thing for them. Or they could have just been like confined within a box where they thought love had to look like XYZ, instead of seeing that there's a whole spectrum of color to take a look at when it comes to love and relationships. You've really shined a light on them in ways nobody else has in the past. You could also be a creative type. So if you're a painter, an artist, a creator of some kind, definitely take that as confirmation, because I would honestly say your person sees this within you, and it's an energy other people see as well. So even if you're not an artist, there's just something about your aura, your vibe that brings things to life. Yeah. So it might even just be the way you talk, the words that you use. There's something creative and inspirational about you as a person, just in general, I feel, but especially in this connection. You inspire a new way of looking at things. Now, sometimes those are happy revelations coming through for your person. Other times it really shakes their foundation, and things that they had previously been in denial of or refusing to take a look at. It's like you come running in the room with a giant mirror and you're like forcing them to look in the mirror and take a look at themselves and see what that was. Even if it's something that they had quite comfortably shoved inside a box for a long time and refused to open up or look at, kind of like Pandora's box, okay? And that's a good thing and a bad thing from their perspective, but I would say honestly, since it's one of the reasons you're in this connection, it's a good thing. And universe, God, the divine had a plan behind that. You're illuminating their darkness, you're revealing their mask, you're revealing their shadows, and you just have this way of doing that. Like when I'm thinking about you and your energy in this connection, I'm getting images of a crystal ball. I'm getting images of this light bulb up here. And a mirror. The way you are represented here is truth. I would honestly be able to summarize this in just the one word of truth. You bring truth to this connection, whether that's even your intention or not. It's just the energy you carry illuminates the darkness. You bring truth into this equation. And I think that is such an essential thing that you are doing for yourself, for this person, for this connection, and probably other people in your life as well. This is also confirmation down here that you and this person do have a soul contract, or you made a soul agreement with each other to meet in this lifetime, and you are fulfilling that vow. You are fulfilling that promise. So the reason you're here with this person in this lifetime, you're already doing your job. Like if there was a checklist of soul agreements with them, you're checking all of those boxes one by one. Like you are right on par with where you need to be. You're doing a phenomenal job, and I really feel like I should be congratulating you for that right now, because you're doing phenomenally. You're fulfilling your promises. You're fulfilling your contract. I also feel like you bring a level of devotion that maybe this person hasn't experienced before. I feel like you're a very passionate person, and when you put your heart into something, you mean business. You're not somebody who's flaky. You don't just give your heart to people willy-nilly and then run away. No, when you commit to someone or something, you give your whole heart. And I think that is just such a beautiful thing that you're bringing to this table too. You have really devoted yourself to this person or this path or this like soul agreement that you have. So I love that. Now over here with your person, they're being represented as the alchemist, the bully, the mask, the river, and the kiss. Okay, so let me say this much. Your person may have a little bit of a shadowy past that they're not necessarily proud of. And one of their purposes in this connection is to have that illuminated for them, but for the purpose of transmutation and transformation. Okay, with the alchemist, we have transformation of base motives and goals into golden wisdom. And then with the bully, highlights your tendency to intimidate others, helps you confront the inner fears that bully you. The river embodies the energy of forgiveness and going with the flow and moving past the past. And even the mask up here, I'll get to this later on, but even the mask here, it's like your person may have like is it Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, or is it it's Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde type of energy to them. And if that's not something they are currently embodying, I feel like that's how they're represented, as in the past, they may have been a completely different person that they are becoming today, where maybe they were a bit selfish. Maybe they were not necessarily the kindest, most generous, giving people. And they're learning to take that past that once shadowed over them and turn it into something that they can use to better their life and help other people. And it could be because you're shining a light on them. You're revealing things about themselves that they wanted to run from. It felt more comfortable to put a mask on, avoid it, and paddle upstream than to actually confront that inner bully within themselves, or that inner monster that they perceived themselves to be, and to transmute it into something that they could actually use to heal and help others, right? You know, a good example of that is like when people make mistakes, or when people, you know, act out of character, when they come in and actually apologize, in a way that in and of itself is a form of transmutation, right? They're no longer choosing to allow that energy to remain in its present state. They're actually transforming it into something that is helpful. And take it a step further, your person might even be taking that past wound or that past issue and using it to help other people not make the same mistakes. That's kind of what I'm seeing here. And they're choosing to forgive themselves and forgive others. If your person wasn't in kind of like a bully energy in their past, it could have also been that maybe they were bullied, or there were people in their life that, you know, forced them to fit inside of a box or not be their true self, or they felt like they could never embrace who they truly were inside, or they would be ridiculed, picked on, or bullied. And so they learned how to put on a mask so that everybody gave them a golden star and said, oh, okay, you're, you know, this way and that's okay, instead of being your true self. Like your person may have felt like they had to be somebody they weren't at some point in time. And now they're learning how to embrace who they truly are, forgive themselves, forgive those people, and really love life. Okay. Now, another reason your person seems to be in this connection with you is to bring in more sweetness into your life. So you might notice that physical touch is really important in this connection, or caring gestures, kindness. When that side of your person comes out, I feel like it's very healing for you. It's another reason that they're in this connection with you, is to bring that sense of sweetness into your life. So maybe, you know, you never had that in previous connections, or it never felt as authentic as it does with this person. There's not a ton to unpack from this card, but it's kind of like a side note. I think part of the reason they are in this life, or I mean, in this connection, in this lifetime with you, is to bring some more physical sweetness to you. Flowers, kind gestures, hugs, kisses, whatever it is, okay? Now, the reason this connection exists, or diving into the connection itself, something that's mutual and mirrored for the both of you, we got the alchemy card of ash. And so that is such a beautiful energy to come through, and I love it. It reminds me of the energy of a phoenix. This connection is meant to be a very, very transformative one for both of you, almost like you're burning out past versions of yourself so that you can rise above it like a phoenix and start fresh, start from scratch. So if this connection has been very shallow and superficial and not much healing has taken place, I would say this is probably not your reading, because this is a connection that makes waves. It creates big, long-lasting changes within both of you. And it's likely you've already been able to see some results of that already. So just saying. And they did just say, actually, for a select few of you watching, this is a person that's coming into your life soon. So for most of you, you're already in this connection. You'll know who this person is. For a very select few of you, this reading found you almost to give you a forewarning that this type of connection is coming in for you soon. And you'll know it when you know it. So let's get into the tarot now. I want to talk about this person and their inner world. So let's hop to it, you guys. Let's get to it now. Okay. Which deck? We're going to start with this deck, the Unknown Tarot, Wild Unknown Tarot. Okay, so talk to me about this person's honest thoughts and feelings about the viewer, please. Okay. Whoa. I would say, honestly, your person's quite impressed by you. You might be in the spotlight in one way or another, or have a lot of like you might have a really good reputation. You might be in the spotlight. You might be quite popular, or again, this person feels like all eyes are on you, kind of. Hold on. You could be very attractive. You might have a lot of public recognition. You could have won a lot of awards or had a lot of achievements in your lifetime. But this person's kind of viewing you as a star, somebody who's meant to shine. And if it has nothing to do with like trophies or physical achievements, it could even be taken as a metaphor where your person has felt like you at one point in time were in this dark, marshy mess, this clouded, cluttered, dark mess. And instead of letting that weigh you down and keep you stuck and trapped, you've chosen to become this butterfly and rise above it and become even more beautiful from this turmoil and these challenges. So if it's not your physical reputation or your public reputation, you're not in the public eye in any way, shape, or form, it's just your energy and your personality. They feel like you have taken challenges that were put in your way and chosen to make lemonade out of those lemons, basically. The best lemonade they've ever seen, I guess. The best lemonade ever. I don't know what to say. Yeah, you're very inspirational to this person. Look at this. There's more images of rising above the darkness. You're incredibly inspirational to them. They take a lot of their inspiration from you, maybe based on the things you say, or you might have a different outlook than this person does. You may have a very different way of viewing the world. We've already talked about that. Just your perspective, seeing your perspective in things helps this person to be inspired to rise above their own challenges and transmute that darkness into light. And your person really loves and appreciates that about you. They also feel like you are not afraid to make changes when you need to. And that again is another thing that's inspired them to see the truth, to cut things off when they need to be pruned instead of letting it become a tangled mess. You'll let it go, move on. And I think that's something your person is trying to embody as well. They're trying to take on that same energy that you have. You've inspired them to walk away from things that don't serve them, little by little, baby step by baby step, and maybe even you've helped them to want to speak up about their own problems or stand up for themselves. Like if your person had a bully at work or, friendships that were not, I just heard the word cruel, like if they had cruel friends or people in their life that were rather mean to them, it's like you've inspired them to basically prune that vine, cut off that connection, stand up for themselves, and really embrace the truth of the matter instead of being in denial. So I would say your person's honest thoughts and feelings about you, they take you as an inspiration. They look at you as somebody who's inspirational for their own path and their own growth, and they really have a deep level of care for you. So I love to see that, you guys. It's beautiful. Let's get out a few channeled messages from your person now before we hop into the tiles and the charms. Whoa. That wanted to run away. So your person might not want to say that out loud, but it's something they think about. You make this person really think about things that need to be changed within themselves. And they have a lot of self-doubt. But again, they're inspired to not run away from it as much anymore as they used to in the past. Let me pull these down. There we go. Let's get one more out, spiritual team, and then I'll pull from a different deck. Okay. Oh, a song just tried to channel through and I lost it. Hopefully it'll come back. I'll let you guys know if it does. Okay. This isn't easy for your person. They really want me to let you know that this is not easy for them. Since meeting you, they feel like their life has taken a lot of important changes, but it's not easy at all whatsoever, okay? And I think sometimes they get a little bit upset by that, but at the same time, they don't want to just full on run away from this connection because they know that the things you reveal to them are important and they can't avoid it forever. So even though sometimes they get frustrated by you shining that mirror and that light on them, I think that they are grateful that someone's finally done that because they weren't doing that for themselves. We have habits. I don't know if we will ever change, and I feel like that's them talking about themselves, not you, because they can see that you change. They see that you transform and heal, and you're always growing. That's kind of them projecting their fears in the situation. They're not sure if they can change everything that needs to be healed within them. Destiny, I'm struggling to find the right path. Broken, I feel shattered about the situation. Sabotage, I mess up the good things in my life sometimes. Secrets, I haven't told you everything. The song that was coming through is I Told You by Darius Rucker. Okay, that's little pieces of that are coming through now. Okay. I'm upset, I'm healing, I'm trying to act more responsible. I'm so overwhelmed. My life will never be the same after meeting you. So yeah, they are definitely grateful that you're in their life or they've met you. Although it's not easy for them. They are upset. They're overwhelmed. They're feeling guilty about the past. They're trying to find a new direction to go in, act more responsible, do this healing work, but it's not so easy. It's not like they feel like it's a cakewalk for them. They're changing a lot. They're having secrets revealed to them about themselves that are difficult to process and face. But at the end of the day, they know their life would never be the same if they had never met you. And they're grateful that they did meet you and that you are acting like this light to them. They're happy about that. So let's get out some tiles and charms next. This is intended to be bonus confirmation, insight, and info for you. So you might see their name, their initials, yours, important words, symbols for the connection. This part does get a little bit loud, so those of you who are noise sensitive, I would recommend turning the volume down until you see me lay everything out over here to the side. Whoa. With my nails, I feel like I either grab like 2 charms or I get like a whole mess of charms. And it's like I never know what I'm going to get with each reading. So I guess that's what we're doing. I'm seeing the word zoo. Somebody could work at a zoo, like to go to the zoo. Just saying, that's very specific. I'm also seeing the word coon. Somebody could have a Maine Coon just like me. I love Maine Coons. They're sweet. Okay. That's all I'm really seeing. We also have a K coming out here too. So you're welcome to pause the video if you need to take more time to see what words, letters, initials come out for you. We have Z, O, C, O, N, T, and K. Also, I leave these bowls out for a reason. If you see letters that resonate or symbols on the top of either of the bowls, I do that for a reason so you can see it. If it stands out to you, it's probably for a reason. That's a-okay. There are no rules here. We have a white heart, pure love. We have a flower and a lucky charm here with the 4-leaf clover. We have like a little carriage and a unicorn, love with a heart, love with a heart and an arrow through it. We have a tree and we have lipstick. So let's start with the easy one first, the straightforward one. Somebody in this connection could wear red lipstick. That could be important here. Maybe you met each other, one of you was wearing red lipstick, or both of you were, or something. Soul connection, soul tribe, soul purpose behind meeting each other. This is a pure love, and part of it does feel like a fantasy or a fairy tale because of how intense it is, and that's for a reason. Maybe somebody feels very lucky to have the other in this connection, or both of you feel lucky to have met each other. This is a blessed connection. It's a rare type of connection, and it was definitely meant to find you. Okay. I'm going to get you out a couple personal messages from, I'm seeing toon. Somebody could really like cartoons. Okay. Anyway, I'm going to leave this part of the message here. The next messages I pull are meant to be just for you. It doesn't have to relate to the connection at all whatsoever. Necessarily. Take it as it resonates in your life. If you have been enjoying the reading so far and you haven't gotten a chance to yet, hold on, because this is wanting to pop out. Please like the video, subscribe, drop a comment down below to share your story with the collective, Any way you can support the channel is so appreciated. And you even just being here, watching my readings, watching the ads, interacting on a daily basis is more than enough. And I really appreciate you so much for supporting my work and each other in this community. If you haven't gotten a chance to check out any of my live streams or live chats, live premieres, I would recommend doing that. A lot of friendships have been built in that community, and we have a lot of really beautiful, kind, caring souls. You know who you are. Thank you so much for shining your light every single day. You're the best. So now let's get to your messages. Your first message that really wanted to pop out for you is the crane. You will soon enter into a beneficial partnership. Luck and longevity bless this union. So again, could be romantic, it could be business-wise, maybe both. Okay, beautiful. And then your affirmation of the day is, today I trust myself. Today I know that I will make the right decisions to maintain a happy and healthy life. Beautiful. And I encourage you to affirm this with me. You can comment it, read it, write it, whatever you'd like to do. Okay. I'm leaving this reading here. Thank you all so much for joining. I hope you have a blessed rest of your day or night. And until next time, bye for now.